Meditation is real. It is worth your time. And when I make this video, I don't want to speak like a hippy dippy new age. I don't want to speak like that in this video. I can go there, but I want to lay it out in a more objective, practical, reasonable terms. And I would make the case it is worth at least 10 minutes of your day. Super easy to do. This is my experience with the practice. As soon as I moved out of my parents' house for the first time, I had this overwhelming urge in me for spirituality. I hadn't gone to church in forever. It was very odd. I had this very urge inside of me to just go out in nature, sit down and close my eyes. So I started doing this. And when I started doing this, all these thoughts came into my mind. I'm like, how does this meditation work? And I tried to treat it innocently, try to learn it myself. Learn how to meditate as if you can do that, because you'll realize as you do it, it's not really something you learn. It's something you kind of already know. It's actually very natural, inbuilt into you. Well, so I started doing this meditation as opposed to, I live in the South down here, people pray, but it wasn't really necessarily like praying to God, be like, Father, will you please give me X, Y, and Z? Thank you, God. Sorry, God. Not vocal like that. And even internally, not vocal. I started just feeling the urge to clear my mind and be silent within myself. I started doing this for, let's say, 5 minutes at a time. I literally set a timer. And you don't have to do that. I think it's better if you can not have to set a timer. But I know we're all busy. We live in a busy day. It's nice to set a timer and just know you can just go off. You can literally leave this world. That's kind of what meditation is. It is, you leave your ego, you leave this physical world behind, and you just relax. And you come into your true nature, which is bliss, love, peace, and joy. But I told you, I'm trying to make this practical. I'm not trying to get all the way, make it sound too abstract right now. But the clear benefits of this, it is when you come out of it, you are clear. You have a greater clarity of what you're doing. You can see all these little kind of ego structured ideas that pop into your head. You can see them come up and you start to wonder. You don't just accept them immediately or latch onto them immediately. You wonder, is this my thought? Is this what I believe? Is this a thought I want to hold on to? And you can literally, meditation is a process of transformation if you want to use it that way. Maybe ultimately the yogis say that's shallow, it's still ego driven. And I'll say I'm very new to the process. It's funny to say new because the more you meditate, you realize you're old and new at the same time. But you do get this clarity after doing it that brings you a certain peace. You have a peace of mind because just disconnecting from reality for a second, it's like going in a sensory deprivation tank. You begin to know who you are, and you know you're not simply just this person. I'm not trying to give away all these secrets, to be honest, because this is stuff you will find out by doing the practice yourself. And I don't want to give you, I feel like I'm giving you spoilers to meditation. Yeah, but first of all, you have a greater clarity after you do it. You're able to see what you're doing. You're able to see what everybody else is doing. You're able to see what feels like the whole world, the whole universe, and just to understand it and accept it. And with that, there comes a sense of peace. Things will come up in your life, and you just have peace about it. Even if you have a big challenge or big obstacle, you feel like it's not hard. Of course, you acknowledge it in front of you. It's like you almost just begin to see it as fun. It begins to reorient your mind away from a negative polarity in a lot of senses. I mean, some people can meditate on egotistical things and keep going down a negative route. Of course, I've done that. And of course, I still do that because I see both positivity and negativity as good. Negativity ultimately is positivity. I said I was not going to make this abstract. I almost feel like at this point, I kind of have to make it abstract. But to make it practical, what it's done for me is socially, when I socialize with people, I feel at peace in social situations. I used to feel kind of intimidated going into big spaces with lots of different people, lots of different groups. You start thinking in your head, it's like, oh, where do I stand here? It's like, or what could I contribute here? Do I belong here? But you can just go in with an openness and be like, hey, I'm here right now, and I'm open. I feel good, and I'm open. So as far as dealing with other people, it does that. As far as dealing with people in a one-on-one situation, it gives you more empathy, because when you meditate, you come to know that everything is really one, and you begin to start seeing others as yourself. And with dealing with other people, you start to literally feel as if this other person like is me. And just that realization alone lets love start flowing out of you. Meditation itself, it's love coming from the Father when you open yourself in that receptive state, and then when He fills you up, you can pour your cup in the world. As far as manifesting your dreams, your thoughts become your actions, become your habits, become your reality. And meditation, it is, I don't necessarily see it as a directing of your consciousness. It's more of like cleansing it, purifying yourself. It's like taking a shower. It's like taking a spiritual shower. I said I was going to make this practical. I lied to y'all. But you begin to, and it sounds idiotic. Like if you've never done this before, it sounds idiotic because it kind of gives you the same effects that people talk about when they say they've taken some psychedelic drug or something. Meditation gives you that. You do not need drugs. Just go and meditate. Just seriously silence your mind and relax in it. Don't mind if thoughts come up. Just relax in it. It's like, okay, thoughts will come up, whatever. But then you relax. You let the bliss just like flow up in you. And you let the joy and gratitude come out for no other reason except that's what it is. But you begin to, when you first start meditating, and this is ego, but you start to think, it's like, wow, I'm learning all these secrets to the universe. And it feels like that. And it's like, if I was going to tell you what is the secret to the universe, it's like, it's very hard to verbalize that. All I could say is you have that feeling that you know something. You understand this mystery just a little bit more. And if I was going to put it into words, and words never really cut it, but I would just say all is one, all is love. All is an infinite, whole oneness that's unified, and that all is also nothing. It's a huge mystery that makes sense, and when you start to kind of get it, all you can do is smile. And if everything is a joke, then you laugh a little bit, and you feel like you're laughing with a friend. I did not mean to make a 10-minute video about meditation, but I'd say a great way to do it is start by literally timers. Just go out somewhere, and nature is great. Just 10 minutes a day. You could literally set a timer. And then you could do it where it's like you don't need your timer. If you really want to take this practice seriously and you want to get those, I want to describe it without sounding shallow, but this is the point I'm at right now. It feels honest to me, resonates with me. It's like the way you go to the gym, you get gains in your body. You can get gains in your literal consciousness. Gains, so to speak. You can get to a point where you can do this for 30 minutes, an hour. But when you're getting into that territory, you will notice huge changes. If you can sit down and actually meditate for a whole hour, eyes closed, same position, you'll be a changed person. Literally, if you've never done that before, you will actually be a changed person. And it's like, do you want that too? It's like, so this is not for everybody. If this doesn't resonate with you, it doesn't sound like something you're ready for, I recommend not doing it. Come to this when you want to. It's no pressure. Never feel like you have to set up a schedule. Never feel like, it has to be 10 minutes. So for me, I noticed by about the 10-minute mark, I'm naturally kind of getting in that really good state. By the end of the 10 minutes, I've kind of accepted what I need to accept, and love is pouring through me. And I'd say when you do this, this is the opposite of hippy-dippy new age. You realize it's natural. And you start reading the Bible about Jesus going into the desert. I'm like, what was he doing? Was he meditating? Those are some thoughts I've started to have. You begin to operate from your point of origin within you. You're not so reliant on what other people think or even your circumstance is. You have your own mental point of origin. It's like you are the center of the universe. You are the Christ. And when you realize that, it's humbling when you start to have that realization, because in a way it's almost like you have more responsibility from the ego's perspective, because it's like, wow, I am one with the Father. But yeah, this is my experience with it. And I would suggest, if you've never done it, if you've never even considered doing it, if this resonates with you at all, I would just say give it a try, and you will see a difference in yourself. And you won't be able to put a finger on it, but you'll know you're on it's as if you've gotten on a certain trail. And you don't have to keep walking down the trail if you don't want to, but it's a mysterious trail. And you wonder, it's like, how can I find out more of this mystery? What can I seek? What am I? I lied to y'all, but all right, thank you for all this. I'm going to have some more music content out, talking about some music, maybe talking about some business, some more vlogs, some more songs. So let's go.